Hey guys, so back and alive and kicking, as you can tell from yesterday's video and so on, but actually back with a video with some content for you. Right, so why am I standing in front of a not that great wallpaper job, right? You can see this line down here. Okay, so the reason I'm standing here and recording the video here, I am in my guest room right now within the house, right? And maybe 3 weeks ago, I embarked on a project whereby what I would do is I would do an hour and a half at my home office computer, like working, like work, and then I'd get manual with my hands and do an hour to an hour and a half next door, doing some decoration, okay? And so I had a goal in mind. I had some guests coming round, and I wanted to turn this room and completely redecorate a room and learn some skills at the same time. So one of the skills I learned was wallpapering, kinda. This is literally the one and only time I've wallpapered. I can see a little line, but you know, this side's not so bad. And also carpeting, right? So I put down carpet. Now, again, I'm not a manual guy. I also don't have patience. I'm not the one to be doing your wallpapering, I promise. Don't reach out and ask for like wallpapering service. But, okay, what I was doing was I was testing something, okay? And this is the point, right? So I was testing whether the productivity of my day work would increase by batching, or, you know, going away, doing something manual, doing something completely different, using different parts of my brain, and then going back to it rather than sort of working solidly through. Okay, now the results of that are a little bit kind of to be determined, but I kind of feel like it did help, and I felt like the time that I spent on my desk was more productive, not least because I knew that I had a limited amount of time to get whatever that task was done, and then I could go away and you know, I was using different parts of my brain and so on. And of course, whilst I was painting, I was listening to podcasts and things like that, so I was using the even the manual time well, right? And so, okay, so why am I testing? Right, so testing is something that I've absolutely learned from, like, it doesn't matter what mentor you follow, what books you're reading, what podcasts you're listening to and so on. There is definitely a theme when you listen to it enough and you read between the lines and so on, that the top people test and test and test and test, whatever it is, right? They're always looking for a new way to do things, a better way to do things, a more efficient way to do things, okay? And it kind of makes sense, because like, if you're not satisfied with the results that you're currently getting in whatever it is that you're doing, the worst thing you can do is just keep doing it the same way. Right? Is it Einstein, I think you said, in the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, okay? Of course, right? It makes sense. And so I know a lot of the people who are watching these videos, who are in my communities and so on, are advertisers. So maybe apply this to your advertising, okay? Test and test and test and test. Try out different things. Try out different placements. Try out different targeting. Try out different ad networks, okay? Try out different products. Right? Test and test and test and test. Because you can fail, if you like. Every test can fail as many times as you like, but you only really need one winner to make all that money back and then some. And that's kind of part of the point of my first book that I wrote a year ago. You're just one great ad away from success, right? And that was kind of the point of that. That's what it was honing in on. That actually the majority of our income on one of our stores came from like one ad, right? It was one product, one ad. Okay, and we just did it really, really well, and we scaled it and so on, okay? But we found that one ad by testing hundreds of ads that failed first before we found that one ad, right? But this could apply to anything in your life that you're dissatisfied with, or you feel like it could be better. Try out something, test out something, okay? The worst case scenario is it fails and you've got an interesting story, okay? Or you've got data, right? You've got something that to tick off the list as something that doesn't work, that you can advise others on. There isn't really a downside if you're smart about it. Obviously, don't spend more money than you can afford on that test and so on, but get creative with it and figure out a way to do it. So this video, in a nutshell, is about testing, right? Trying out new things, trying to think out of the box, getting creative, okay, as your 1% gain. Because hopefully, whatever it is you apply it to, whether it's work or business, Work or business? I think work or business is the same thing. Work or business or pleasure, those three things, right? Whatever you apply it to, okay, by testing out different things, you're eventually going to stumble across a way to do it better that gets you better results, okay? And that's the point, all right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, all right? So that's why I'm sharing with you in front of my terrible wallpaper job one of my tests and my experiments, which I genuinely believe was a successful one, despite a little bit like that. Most of the people that stay at my house are kind of friends. They forgive me for that anyway. And I will see you in the next video. But can I request, guys, before you do go, anyone watching this, right? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, but you are enjoying this, please just hit that subscribe button. If you're not ready to subscribe, that's cool. But maybe you could leave a comment instead, or a like on this video, just to let me know that you're enjoying it. And in the comment, maybe let me know what kind of topics you'd like to see covered. I think we're almost at the halfway point of this 30-day challenge, and it is tough, and it is it is a challenge to get into a creative mindset and to get into this sort of talking mode and so on, and share and look at a camera and try to look at the camera rather than looking at the screen next to the camera, which is now doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera, but now I'm looking at the, and so on, right? So get involved, get in the engagement, let me know, and then I do share a link to my book in like most of the videos, but I've just found out today that actually, like, if you don't include the www in the 1%secret.com, so www.1%secret.com works, but without the www, for some reason at the moment it's throwing up errors. So if you've tried on the old link, try adding www and you'll get there. All right, and I had a couple of people let me know that it's not working. So that's it from me today, and I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's video, and in the meantime, get testing. See ya. Bye.